know, her little thing would come up. Some of her work.
What's her name?
Usually Nia. Nia. And the other one is Mike.
The twin?
No, Darren and Irving is twins. Okay. It's a boy.
See, I don't know.
I'm telling you, I feel to put some damn clothes on.
Oh, you coming in? Let's talk about that. I think it's about all 2 o'clock, man.
I got send Darren a message. She got me going to school. But then these other guys are bugs. I don't know where he going to school at. But he probably go down there. Somewhere down there where they at. Because when he went on an HBCU tour, he's grandson, Boogie, he runs track for Heights. Yeah, he damn good football player. He just stopped playing football. Yeah, he said he didn't like it. Rashad made him play, but he was good.
That's Rashad.
Yeah. And he played football, older boy, and D went to some college in Michigan where he was playing. But he played for Heights for years. For Boogie, better than him. Wow. Ain't like this.
Hey, you know, I got a couple of things I want to read off my phone.
We're gonna fade this out. We gotta talk about some sponsors.
Yeah. Tell me where to go, bro.
Let me see something. We got it on. So you can watch it live on Facebook if you want to. If you don't. That's why I watch it.
Oh man, I wouldn't even know how to do that. I'm very looking on Facebook. I'm very looking on LinkedIn.
Unless you just go to the search on top, type in No Static Radio, and No Static Radio page come up. Okay. And then just scroll up, grab right there. We on right now. You can share with people if you want to. I don't know. You might want to see how it come in your ear. When he talking, he might say something. You know, when I say something to you, we like right here, just have a conversation.
I just really want to fake it on up.
Yo, what's up? Hey, what time is it? Monday? I was just saying I didn't know what time it was, but if I'm sitting here and it's Monday, it's 2 o'clock. It's the Hustle and Wax Flow, No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. I'll say that again, Hustle and Wax Flow on No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. You can get at us at 216-939-5087. What else? Oh, our wonderful sponsors. Our sponsors are Lamont Avenue Wines, the Cleveland Rugby League, and Design Me exclusively. We power by Google, and what else we is? We something else. We a lot of stuff, but you can get us. If you can't watch us and see all the beauty that's going on in here every Monday, you can download the following apps: MediaQ.com, Live Online Radio.net, Mixler, Mixcloud, and TuneIn.com. You can download any of those apps, and you can get us, anytime you want. But also, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and you can get us there for sure. Sending out alerts. I sent y'all out flyers. Y'all know what I said last week. Don't like the shit and don't listen to the shit. Okay? I'm going to be pushing that one. Y'all get mad at me if you want to. But I got a couple of things I need to say today. But I ain't going to say them because I got this guy right here over here. Let me see. COVID is still here. COVID ain't going nowhere. Y'all need to stay masked up. Y'all need to keep washing your hands. Social distance when you can. Uh, just be conscious of it, that it's not going anywhere. I had to get a COVID test today to go to see my dentist. And the lady was like, "You must got the record coming up here getting COVID tests." I was like, I go to the dentist a lot. She was like, "Yeah, you do. And you've been here a whole lot of times." I was like, "Well," I say, "Have I not passed any of them?" She said, "No, you was negative on every last one." I was like,
There you go.
"That's what's happening." But COVID ain't going nowhere, man. And y'all know how I feel about COVID. Y'all know what COVID did to my family.
Oh,
Y'all know what COVID did to my family, which is his family. When I'm gonna give it to him, introduce that to my cousin over there, man. I've been knowing this cat since all my life, I guess. But the Trauma Recovery Center has violence happen to you or your family. Violence can affect all parts of your life, sometimes in ways that you can't see. Violence can affect the way you eat, sleep. It can cause you to lose focus, lose weight, feel angry, afraid, use drugs or alcohol as a way to escape. Violence does not have to keep hurting. You can change your life starting now with help from the Trauma Recovery Center. Trauma Recovery Center, you can get in contact with them today. They offer services and PTSD, domestic violence, safety, emotional support, food, clothes, and much more. Don't let violence control you. You can break free, and the Trauma Recovery Center can help you. Call the Trauma Recovery Center at 216-644-5487. Now, I always preface this. If I don't say nothing sitting here today that you could take home with you, that you could use, that you could share with somebody else, take that number home. Because we got a lot of trauma going on in our communities and just in this country. But again, 216-644-5487. Call. Confidential. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Completely confidential. The Trauma Recovery Center will help you. Trust me. You don't have to be afraid to get help. I learned that the hard way. Let me see what we got going on today. Oh, can I say this real quick before I introduce you?
sure.
Two people who I really don't care for much, they both got the axe today, and they in the media. Don Lemon at CNN, and what's the other dude name? Tucker Carlson over at Fox. Out the dojo. I knew Don Lemon. I think Don Lemon was trying to get fired from CNN.
Why? Why do you believe that?
Because of some of the stunts he was pulling with his co-workers, and then when he got demoted, he really, he was screaming and hollering at his co-host, the lady. I'm like, you can't scream and holler and raise your voice at nobody like that. But then I think Don Lemon, and I really feel he was trying to get fired. But he got what he was looking for, if that's what it was. Again, there's no static radio. This is the voice of the revolution. Hustle, wax, we flowing. What's up, Hustle?
Not much, man. Same old thing, different day.
Well, it's Monday.
Yeah.
I can say that much. We'll get into all that other stuff like the basketball scores and the Indians and Brett Favre stealing money.
Brett Favre need to be in jail, man.
Well, y'all remember not the American Dream, Dusty Rose, but what was he, Mr. Perfect, Ted DiBiase?
That was $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man. Well, guess what? $1 Million Jr. got popped in the same sting that Brett Favre got popped on.
Yeah.
And he going to court quicker than Brett Favre. I love crackers. Ritz crackers. Saltine crackers. But not Ted DiBiase Jr., Brett Favre, Donald Trump. I don't like them type of crackers. Y'all know I say it. I say y'all names and where y'all can go. But without further ado, we're going to get to that because I got plenty of stuff. We got a guest today. we got a special guest today. Y'all seen the flyers that I put out, and I put on there our special guest because this young man, gentleman, is very special to me, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself and give y'all like a brief background bio on himself. Um, but let me ask you a question, bro.
Yeah.
Remember the first episode of Good Times Ever?
I can't say that I do, man.
I was over y'all house, over in Case Court. That's the first night it came on. We watched it over y'all house. He was younger than us, y'all, but he was cool. He was cooler than all of us, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, we was cool. He was cooler than all of us. But you know, without going on too much, I'm gonna give you Maurice Stevens, and I will let Maurice Stevens give you an introduction bio of himself before we get in it and we start sharing some stuff and giving out some information. So get at us, No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution, the hustle and wax flow. Without anything else, yo, bro, what's happening?
Hey everyone, just again, as Gerald said, my name is Maurice Stevens. I am the president of Career Development and Placement Strategies, or CDPS for short, along with a sister company that we have, Expert Reclaim. CDPS is a nonprofit 501c3 organization here in Cleveland, Ohio, and we're also located and have a satellite office in Akron, Ohio. And we provide workforce development services for folks who are looking for workforce and personal development management with the purpose of trying to manage their personal development skills at the same time enhancing their economic stability as well as their self-sufficiency. And so, we've been in that business since 2009, and we've made some tracks down here in Cleveland and Akron, but we can always do more. My background is that I am a trainer by profession, workforce development trainer, and I have mastered the GIST Corporation curriculums, if you will, that focuses on workforce development. And since I've mastered that, it's taken me quite a few places, but the most important place that it's taken me is where I'm at as an entrepreneur and trying to build a stable lifestyle for me and my family. And so that's that. I've trained all across the country, California, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois. I mean, just various places around the country, and I've have to help to diversify and help to increase the capacities of quite a few organizations throughout those states. And I'm here today to talk to you about CDPS because we are trying to do some monumental things here in Cleveland and in Akron. We have established a carpentry school, carpentry training program that lasts for about 12 weeks, and it's once the person completes that program, they are certified nationally with a certification from the National Center for Construction Education and Research, or NCCER for short. That credential is recognized, across the country and around the world. And once our guys and girls complete our carpentry training program, they have that credential to move on to an apprenticeship type of situation. We're not tied to the unions, so we are pretty much a non-union shop. But at the end of the day, we have relationships with a lot of construction companies that are hiring our folks, and so we're happy that that's happening, and it's building futures. That's what we're doing. We're building futures and careers.
Let me ask you a question. You say you're not tied to the unions.
Right.
but or can your trainees who complete the carpentry program, do they have the options of
Absolutely.
joining the union?
Absolutely, absolutely. No, we're not we're not anti-union, that's for sure. But just the way that our program is structured, we're not tied to the unions. But yes, once our guys complete our 288-hour program, which equates to about 12 weeks of training, 4 days a week, 288 hours, they are prepared to actually go into a union program, an apprenticeship program, or they can go to a non-union shop and work in an apprenticeship program. And so our program is actually established collaborating with the state of Ohio Office of Apprenticeship. So, once they get in, they're good. They'll be treated just like a union person.
Okay, well, I mean, we talk about the trades and bringing the trades back to local high schools, even middle school, because you got to start getting these young dudes and young ladies interested in something that they can see. I won't even say a future. They can see something that they can make good money in, and then they can turn it into a career.
Right.
Right. Because I mean, we can talk about this over here all day.
Right. Right. Well, once our folks graduate from our program, they're going to make anywhere from $21 to $25 an hour to start, and so they work their way up. But the most interesting thing about the trades and the construction industry is that, particularly with carpentry, a lot of people are aging out. They've done their careers and they're retiring and so forth, and so because the percentage is so high, a lot of folks are looking at where they're going to get the next generation from. And so we want to contribute to that. We want to contribute to that success of people getting back into the trades and raising the level of expertise up for themselves and to make a contribution to building our communities. That's what it's really all about. And this is important because our mission is to help people become economically stable and self-sufficient. Well, the economically stable part comes in when they're able to take care of their families, their bills and their standard life of living to a point where they're comfortable. In this piece here, with our guys, starting out at $21 to $25 an hour, that's an economically stable type of wage, and we're helping people to become contributing citizens, to the tax base, to the economics of our society, and that's important, that we continue to actually drive the economics. You might think that I sometimes used to think that when, our people went to get jobs and so forth, it was good for them, but, I didn't know how much of an impact that it made. But once I started to look at and analyze the tax base that they contribute to the community, it's pretty significant, and, we place, 150, 200 people a year, and so, that's important for us. Now, when we started with job training or what is called career development, and that's a soft skills piece of it that we started doing. We had this curriculum that we teach, and by the time they're done, they have a strategic and methodical approach to going out and effectively finding opportunity with our assistants. But now we've got into actually offering hard skills, technical skills. So we've combined the soft skills piece with the hard skills stuff, and now we're trying to develop what we call a complete package of a person coming out of our training programs, and that's really important, man, because if you don't give people something tangible to hold on to and to grow with, it's a little bit more challenging, particularly within the workforce that we have today. I don't know, it's just a new generation of folks today, in terms of their work ethic and so forth.
Well, I mean, and hey, when what's his name, Hustle J Soul brother from Minneapolis,
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Soul Brother, Minneapolis. When he does what he talks about work ethic, and for me, when you say work ethic, I mean you got to get down really and get into your personal ethics, you know, because it's an individual thing. I mean, we come from families where it was work ethic from the day you could stand on your 2 feet.
Right.
You know, your work ethic, you gonna be sweeping the floor. You got chores to do,
Right.
and those are disciplines that we had growing up.
Right.
And so, and then being around men who were business owners.
Exactly.
But they made their living working for the city, working for the state, you know. So, and that's what I mean. There's some other stuff going on too in this family about the hustle game, making money. But you know, work ethic. You compare work ethic. Like I used to tell the kids I used to work with when I was working in the schools. If you're gonna be out here standing on these corners, and I don't advise it, but I knew what a lot of the boys was doing. You need to be the best dope man on that corner. You're gonna have to work harder than the next guy to get yours.
Yeah.
You know, so
very competitive.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, I never glorified it. However, your your work ethic there might eventually you're gonna switch up and do something different. You know,
Well, I want to comment on that. Work ethic is so extremely important to employers, and that's one of the things that we teach in our soft skills class. Ethics, and, how to be on time. How to be to work every day. How to accept responsibility. How to work well within teams. How to work well individually. All that kind of stuff. So, I just think that it's important for folks to understand that either if you're re-entering the job market or you're just entering for the first time, to be able to have the ability to communicate the fact that you have ethics and that you are dependable and that you are reliable, having the ability to communicate that to someone else is extremely important. And unfortunately, from my experience anyway, I have come across a lot of people who just really cannot do that, and so. But we teach the process of doing that. It's important that you understand that for you to understand yourself better, you have to take an inventory of your skills and everything else in your life. But I'm just talking about employment right now. You have to take an inventory of those skills, and the way that you do that. See, some folks they can't find the words to say, so you have to give them words. You have to give them a list of words to pick from, and once they pick from those lists, then you have to give them the opportunity prove what they're saying. So in other words, if you tell me you're responsible, then you got to prove it to me. Let me know why you say you're responsible, right? Same thing with honest and dependable and all this kind of stuff. Because if you're not able to prove that, then chances are you're not going to be selected for that opportunity that you're there for.
so you use the word prove or
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate, because you know, prove is a challenging word. If you tell me, prove it to me that I can get in that suit and it fit perfectly, and I say I can do it. Yeah. I'm gonna do it because you challenge me.
Right.
You know, so the first thing I'm gonna do is the first step we gotta do is you gotta take the suit off, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. But understand that you use the word prove and equate it to challenge. And in essence, you are challenged. You're being challenged every day to demonstrate that you are that person that they're looking for that opportunity. And so you got to meet the challenge. You got to be up for the challenge. And one way to meet the challenge is to take an inventory of yourself and sort of define what your true skills are. And so once you define that, then you have the opportunity to build what we call your power skills, right? Once you develop that list of power skills, then that's going to be the whole focus and emphasis of your conversation throughout your employment search, okay? That's extremely important. What we do is try to teach people how, teach them how to get a fish and go fishing, as opposed to giving them a fish. And so this process that we use is so significant that I'm going to give you an example of why it's so significant. One day I was teaching a class, and a gentleman came and walked by the class, and he peeped his head in the door and said, "Hey, I'm looking for Maurice Stevens." I said, "I'm Maurice Stevens." He said, "I need to see you now, man." I said, "Hey, listen, man, I'm in class. Can't you see I'm busy? Either come back or you can wait outside the class, and I'll see you once I'm done." And so, he was kind of hard. His attitude was really, really negative, right? Because he had just gotten out of prison. He was in prison for almost 20-some years, and he was actually in there for murder. And so he was out on parole, right? And his parole officer said he needs to get with a program that's going to help him to get his job skills so that he can get a job. And so he was referred to me. And so, but the fact that he could not find me or could not get with me at that time made him angry. So anyway, I invited him into the class to sit down while we were doing the class. And we were processing this whole thing about skills, right? Taking your inventory. And so the process goes like this. Once you think about something that you really feel good about, once you feel good about that, then you have to tell a story about how you reached that accomplishment, right? Something that you accomplished. Everyone in the class listens to the story as you're telling it, and then they're writing down certain skills that you either use or develop as the process went along. So by the time that we got him involved, I asked him to tell us something that he felt really good about. So he told the story, and the story was about getting his GED while he was in prison, right? And so when he was done, all of the class members kind of read off some of the skills that they thought he used or developed as a part of that process. And by the time they were done, man, he had a whole list of easel paper full of skills, right? And you know what he did? I said, "How do you feel about that?" He couldn't even answer me. You know why? Because he started crying. Now, this was a hard dude.
Well, I mean,
He started crying. But the thing about it was, it helped him to see just how valuable he was, and he wished his mother could have seen it before she died while he was in prison.
well, and I mean, and that's it's it's cool because, and that's a great story because, you know, he could have got frustrated when you asked him to either wait outside or come back later. He could have just went on about his business and went and cracked somebody over the head.
Right.
But he didn't. And then he came in, and you talked about skills and work ethic, basically. And I don't know if this was an hour, 2 hours, whatever. You guys gave him a foundation
Absolutely.
to pick up the hammer and start putting the nails in. Y'all, the foundation was there. And all he had to do is pick it up. And I mean, I understand that type of emotion because, yeah, everybody want their mom to see them in a certain way and be proud of them at one time or another in your life.
Right.
And it's like, how can I say this? Okay, me. I ran the streets. I mean, I had, and I said it here before, people know, I did the dual life thing, I did the street thing, I did the legitimate thing, and then it got to a certain point where the street thing it overcame because of what I was doing, and so I was out there, and I tell people this, in the final analysis, the only thing I had was that job because of my work ethic growing up. Because I knew I wasn't trying to go to prison. I wasn't trying to do that much dirt in the streets because I've grown into a different person. So I knew every day if I'm gonna form my habit
Mm-hmm.
or habits, then guess what? I'm getting my black ass up. I'm going to work. And but fast forward, then one day, it came to me in a very spiritual way. God gave me two choices. I've said it a million times before. I've said it at podiums. I've said it here. I've said it a lot of places. He said, keep living like you're living, you're going to die, or do something to change. And from that day on, I didn't drink, didn't do drugs, didn't violate people, uh, you know, extricated myself from the streets, even though I still say, a lick is a lick.
Right.
And there's something that's never going to be out of me. But, my mom, she got to have 32 years of me being me,
Right.
And I was proud of it. She was proud too, but it's the most important thing I've ever done in my life. And when you struggle with something, like when I used to work with kids in the schools, a lot of kids couldn't read, and they found ways.
Still today.
Oh, it's probably worse today.
Still today.
Not even just kids, a lot of people.
Because that's an important point. Because one of the things that we do when a person comes to enter into our program is we assess. We take an assessment of their aptitude as well as their personality. And so I'm looking at these test scores coming back from the assessments that they take, man, and it's we got some work to do. We got some work to do.
And it's not only.
And hold on, and not only that, but for the folks that's coming into our carpentry program, we have to assess their math skills.
Oh yeah.
And it's a hard track to run, but it's a worthwhile track to run. And so we're doing the best that we can to give the people the resources that they need to raise their aptitudes up to get into the programs that they need to get into.
Show them the finish line. I bet they'll run.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You make the finish line enticing, then yeah, I'm gonna put in that work. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, because I don't know nobody who really honestly want to be out there, illiterate, can't function in a job because of their literacy or lack of. I don't nobody want to be that way.
Right.
And if it's not tenured in you coming up, and then I said the school system's shitty. Tear it up, blow it up, start over again in this country. Period. Because especially in our community, but Cleveland about to get a new CEO of the schools.
Right.
In our communities, they getting less. And I say this, and I'll say it again. Politicians need to do politics and get the hell out of education. Let education people educate, or educators educate. Because once those lines got blurred, it wasn't nothing but, the downfall of education in our community. Not only here in Chicago, Washington, D.C., a lot of school systems all over the country. You see, like the Los Angeles Unified School District, the mayor don't run the schools. The educators run the school. And they still have high aptitude skills.
Right. Well, I'm not here to talk about the school systems as much because I'm not well versed in that, and so I can just sit back here and listen to you. You tell me what your research has said. But at the end of the day, as I was talking about this gentleman who got out of prison, who came to me looking for opportunity, once we went through that process with him of helping him to do develop his skills language, because that's what the process is called. It's called developing your skills language, so that you can be more comfortable in the interview process. It just really dawned on me, during those times that, if we could help a person to build their self-confidence, if we can help a person to build their self-confidence, then, we got a really good chance of getting them to do what they need to do to make it for themselves, because a lot of times when a person's not confident, they're down on themselves and they really don't want to do anything because it's some form of depression or whatever that is. But this process that we have is a very successful and very valuable process. And most people who come through this program, who experience it the way that I deliver it, are very happy and content with the results that they get. The results that they get is because there's a lot of things that happen in this program, and I want to share a couple things with you. But the first part of it is understanding who you are, and the way you do that is to look at your skills, right? The next part of the process is okay. The next part of the process that I wanted to kind of emphasize is helping the person to identify what they consider to be their ideal opportunity. And it's one thing to say, hey, can you tell me what your ideal opportunity is? It's another thing for me to help you to define what that opportunity looks like, right? And so, you have to kind of take certain characteristics and attributes into consideration when trying to define that. Like, location, what kind of skills you want to use at your next job, what kind of responsibility you want to have in this next job, what kind of earnings do you want to make. All those things and then some will help you to kind of to determine what your next opportunity should look like based on what you like and what you would like to see in that opportunity. If you can't do that, then you really can't carve out or define what it is that you're looking for. And that's really a critical piece for a lot of folks that come to our program. They just don't know what they want. They know what they've done in the past, but they don't know what they really want to go for because they don't know how to define it. And so you have to define an opportunity in order to get them to where they want to go.
Okay, Hustle, jump in. Anything you got? Just you could just throw the ball over here, bro. And we with Maurice Stevens. Y'all hear the brother. You know, he giving it to y'all like he do. And we appreciate you being here first and foremost.
I appreciate being here.
Second, for this information to be getting out to the masses where it flows to from here, it's important. Take it in, people. Because opportunity is out here. It just depends, like what type of opportunity you trying to
Right.
measure yourself to.
Right. And this is an employer's market today, man. Employers have their pick of the litter. And so that means that it's more competitive for the people seeking an opportunity. So in order to kind of be as competitive as you can be, then you must make sure that you take the inventory that we just talked about and you must define what you're looking for. And the thing about trying to go after opportunity is understanding that word of mouth is really one of the best ways you can get opportunity.
Yeah, of course.
And the hidden job market is such that if you don't network the right way with people, then you probably won't find an opportunity that is really right smack dab in your face. Networking is a process. Networking is the process of using resources, whether it's human resources or computers or whatever, to find opportunity. Some people network through sales, and people, and so you have to understand the most effective way to network, right? So if you have a list of 7 people, 8 people, 9 people, 10 people. What are you going to ask them? How are you going to effectively network with those people in order to achieve your goal or to reach, the goals that you're looking for? And so I would recommend that a person, number one, understands what to ask a person when networking and what to say to a person when networking. You know, for me, like you, my cousin, right?
Damn right.
And so, if I came to you because I was looking for an opportunity to network, and I said to you, "Hey, cuz, how you been, man? I haven't seen you in 5 years." I come to you and I say, "Man, listen, I'm looking for an opportunity, man. I have, you know, well over 30 years experience in doing workforce development training. You know, I'm a very hard worker. You know, I'm very productive, and I get things done. And I'm just wondering, do you know of anyone who has an opportunity for someone looking for someone, just that kind of stuff." So actually knowing how to network, what to say during the network, and how to follow up during the networking is extremely important. Most people understand the concept of networking, but don't know how to actually do it.
Well, I mean, that's just the same as like you was talking about when you were building up their, skills.
Mm-hmm.
Network is a skill.
Right. It is a skill.
And if you can't do it, like you just said it, bro, you might not be able to get into this door that you're trying to get into, because you might lack that. Somebody might be looking for a driven person, and you might be a laid back person. So, I mean, research has got to be done on all ends, whether you're looking for a job,
right,
or, whatever.
That's extremely important research.
Yeah. Oh, you got to do research. I'm a firm believer in research, no matter what.
Yeah, but people, sometimes people don't get the concept of understanding why research is so important. As you do your research and you actually get in front of someone who you've done research on, and you have the right type of information about their company, about the person's background, to let them know that you're very interested and you took the time to investigate, that system, then, chances are you're going to do much better than the other person who does not do research.
Yeah, oh, of course. I mean, because the first thing that a person would ask you, if you hit them with something that's, in their bio that's not out there, and, they would say, Barbie, hey, you've done your research.
Right.
Or how'd you find that out?
Right, and like for the organization itself, they might be a multi-billion-dollar company, and they have several subdivisions, or they're a parent company to a lot of sub companies, and but the average person doesn't know that they have other companies up under them. But the one person, the two people that do know, they have several subdivisions. They're gonna fare well during the interview process because they know who they're talking to, and that's important, extremely important.
No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. It's the hustle and wax flow. No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. 216-939-5087 is the number. I mean, I see we're getting a whole lot of action over here on this Facebook Live feed. Hey, Tamara Freeman, what's up? Mary Shalette down in Georgia, what's going on? When you coming to Cleveland? And we have a great guest here today, and I'm gonna keep saying this, that this information that's being shared today, free of charge.
Yeah.
It can take you from, if you struggling at point C and you trying to get to point B to get to point A, you might hear something today from Mr. Stevens. Boom, it might just click. That might have been the little thing that slowed you down at that point in your progression to achieving your career that you desire to be, involved in. And I know you do the workforce and development thing and the carpentry piece. Um, and what's the ages of your clients when they come in the door?
Yeah, 18 and up is who we enroll into our program, and they have to have a GED or a high school diploma. If they don't have either a GED or a high school diploma, then we must refer them to a literacy program to take, whatever measures they need to take in order to get that. Because, we know that, man, hey, if you don't have a high school diploma or GED, your chances of getting an opportunity is, kind of slim because I'm trying not to set people up for failure. If they come to me saying they want to find a job, then you got to have certain credentials behind you. If you don't, go get that first, then come back and see me, and we can work with you.
Okay, I mean, and I know you. I don't know how often you know you guys start a new class or whatever, but when you're dealing with younger people, they have different goals and aspirations today. Um, you know, you're giving them a business acumen from the ground up.
Right.
You're taking them into a carpentry program. You know, you're branching them off into something where they can be successful, they can feel proud of themselves.
Yeah.
So, and when you're dealing with a lot of, and this from my experience, younger people, you know, they have they have goals, dreams, aspirations, just like the next cat.
Right.
Like Hustle always said when we talk about the music game, you got to know the business side of the music in order to really be successful when you out there. I mean, do you guys do any other programs like maybe I don't know.
Yeah, we are looking at doing another certification process for folks who are looking to enter into counseling, and so we're working at that. We're working at it very hard, as a matter of fact, and we're looking to come out with that sometime June, July, maybe somewhere in that time frame. But yeah, more to come on that. But everything that I do is really trying to create opportunities for folks. No matter what it is, just trying to create workforce development opportunities for folks, and that's important to me. And so yeah, we're trying to do that as well as so we have Father's Initiative Program, which is here in Cuyahoga County, and we do the workforce development for them. We also do we just came off a contract with Summit County in Akron to do the same thing, workforce development. But we have the expert reclaim, which is our vacant property rehab um, and vacant property cleaning division. So we create jobs. And let me tell you about that. So expert reclaim started in 2011, 2012, and we had an opportunity to partner with a Associated Builders and Contractors, which is a consortium of contractors in the construction industry, and they have a school, ABC, which is Associated Builders and Contractors. So, we partner with Associated Builders and Contractors to get them, our folks who are coming through our program, the certification to actually become carpenters. So we did that for a couple of years. And, we decided that we wanted to actually begin to offer the certification ourselves. So we went through the process of getting certified as a representative for NCCER. We got certified by the state of Ohio as a school. So we're recognized as a school. And, we built a curriculum for it. And, it just kind of took off. But that's having a vision of where you see your guys doing and what you want to do for your people in the community. And you can farm it out, you can contract it out initially, but what we want to do is say, hey, we want to offer this to our people. And the only way to do that is to start a school. I mean, so that's a whole different process, man.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
A whole different process. But we got recognized by the state. We got, partnered with Ohio Means Jobs, and they offer scholarships to people who register with them to actually come to our program. So, it's a good thing that we have aspirations and goals. We just need to build on that,
Okay, well, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's all cool because you keep saying in our community.
Mm-hmm.
See, our community needs a little bit more love You know, and you can get shell out the love in a lot of different ways. It ain't always got to be a damn hug.
You know why I laugh when you say that? My board chair, Ron Jones, he's a hell of a man, and I love and respect him dearly. He always tells me that, I got a bleeding heart, right? And so, because, I always care for people and so forth. Man. He knows who I am, so. But he always tells me that I have a bleeding heart, man. But that's the kind of care our folks need in order to help them get to that level that they're trying to get to, man. I have a certain, amount of education and a certain amount of entrepreneurship behind me. That I've built something, right? I have a nonprofit, a for-profit, and a school. So I've done something in life.
Can I get a loan, bro? What's that?
So I've done something, in life to kind of serve as a leader or a mentor. But at the same time, if I'm not showing my neighbor that, whatever I can do to help them get to whatever level they want to get, then I'm not doing my part. And I feel for people. One of the reasons that I have such a sensitivity is because I have a child that is handicapped and he has disability needs, and so I think that stems from that because he has my heart. Whatever he wants, I'll do whatever I got to do to get it. But that's the type of person I am, and so I put it back into the community because I know that that's how we'll get stronger. If we can do that together. So that's I just kind of want to share that because that's a very important thing.
Well, I mean, that's something that we could sit down and talk about in length.
Right.
Young people with developmentally disabled.
Right.
And the things that they do. Like I know some people that have autism, and it's on different levels, but they do great things. They're wonderful people, and you know they have drive. They want to learn. They can teach. So that's just a whole different.
Yeah,
that's a whole different thing. But it's love nonetheless.
Right.
Because that's your son you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my son I'm talking about. He turned 34 a few days ago, and he's when you look at him, you can't tell he's 34. He's a little smaller and so forth, but. Yeah, don't get me going there, man. I get all mushy and everything. So
What about other kids besides your son?
I got 3 kids. I have an older daughter who's a journalist, and she's doing well. And I have a younger daughter who's a doctor, is a medical doctor. She practices sports medicine, and she's at Northwestern University.
See, I told y'all my family ain't nothing but ballers. We ball on all levels, baby. That's what we do.
Silly, man. But no, that's
truth be true.
And my kids, they've been doing well in school. Coming up from childhood all the way up through graduate school, and they've been very helpful. My daughters have been very helpful in caring for my son. Too at the same time, and so I really appreciate them for their mannerisms and their help and their souls. Their spirits are good spirits, and so I'm just thankful. That they had the ability to demonstrate that.
Well, they had. From when they was little ones up, somebody had to teach them. Education is important. Work ethic is important.
Yeah.
Hey. How was you? Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question,
What's
cuz
up?
for real, man.
What's up?
Now you got beautiful daughters. When them dudes used to come over talking about I'm going to the prom with your daughter, or Mr. Stevens could I date your daughter, how did they have to come to you, man?
Well, that's an interesting question. First of all, my daughters were not in an environment where the guys were hitting on them all the time and that kind of stuff. And actually, I never had that situation that came to me. But my daughter, she's a journalist. I told you my oldest daughter is a journalist, and she was the editor of a magazine at Kent State University called the Uhuru. And she wrote a story in that magazine, man, that just touched my heart. You know, she told me that, well, she said to the world that, you know, the two most important men in my life, you know, trying to make sure that they get along and they connect, and you know, because I really like my boyfriend, and we're gonna get married one day, and then she said, and I hope that my dad likes him, you know, because he's a very special person. And you know, he's Caucasian, and my daughter is African American, and so I have some concerns about that. You know, being a parent, you know, about the kids and all that kind of stuff. But you know, it just worked out really well, man. Man, today, first of all, I'm touched that my daughter would think enough of me to put her thoughts to the world about how I would feel about something. That's important. But you know, the uh, the thing that got me about that was that when they finally got together, I finally met him. He was such a humble and nice guy, man. I mean, his name is Dave, and Nate is like he's like a real son to me. You know, I love him very much. And, you know, he's very good to her. He treats her like a damn queen, and you know, he's everything a man should be. You know, they got kids now, and he's a good dad. You know, and it's just a good thing, man. And so, you know, with their marriage, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, man. But my youngest daughter, she has not made that connection yet. But you know, she went to med school. You know,
and she put in work, bro.
Yeah,
she's still trying to unfry her brain.
Yeah. And so she's not there yet. You know, but they're all grown, and you know, they're doing their thing, man.
Man, Grandpa.
Yeah.
They call you Grandpa Mo.
They call me Poppy.
Poppy. Oh,
Yeah.
all right, Poppy. You know,
Yeah.
we like the little balabas on this show here.
And they are so beautiful. The kids are, you know, they mix, you know, and you know, sometimes you can tell that they got a black side to them, and sometimes you can't, you know. But they are, they're nice. They're just another blessing, man. You know, one is 5, and the other one is like 9, going on 10. And I enjoy the time. They're very active in sports and that kind of stuff, man. So you get a chance to go to the games and all that stuff. But yeah, man. Are you a granddad?
No, I ain't got time for that, man.
Get out of here, man.
Well, I mean, and you probably don't even know this, but I have a son, but he was born and raised in England.
Yeah,
so,
I do know
I mean, you know, he doing what he do.
Yeah.
And he a good dude. Actually, Ricky's son, Caleb, and his girl, they were just over there. You know, and, you know, like when they go over there, and Tosca was over there a couple of years ago. Johnny's daughter, Marquita, she goes over there a lot. I mean, she done been to like about freaking 90 countries on this planet, so she always going somewhere. Funny story. She little her name is Annabella Amaya Marie, and she that was my mother's middle name, you know, of course, and she named her after her. But she got a picture of this little bitty 7-month-old baby with her passport.
Really?
She got a passport at 7 months, and I'm like, I didn't get that until I was like 40.
I still don't have one.
Man, get one, let's go, man.
Yeah.
But no, and it's just like, but that's who she is. I mean, her son, which is her other child, Aurelius, he just on his spring break. Where did he go? He went somewhere in Africa by himself. Okay. And he 11. You know, he met his father over there, but he did all the traveling on his own.
Yeah.
You know, so when you instill that is more to this world than this block or this community.
Right.
You know, exposure is something that makes people thrive. You know, because if you can connect with something, and it's just me, my opinion, how I feel about stuff, because that's how I was when I was coming up. You know, I connect with something, and then I put my everything into it, whether it was basketball, you know, whether it was to go to England and live in England, or just wherever. You know, you thrive.
Right.
You know, and we don't. Our communities don't do enough of that anymore. I mean, they used to take us to camp and leave us for a week.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, with other kids. You know,
I remember those days.
Yeah, man. They just leave you somewhere.
So I do. I'm looking at the time. It's about my hour's up. So I did want to leave a thought. You know that CDPS. Our website is CDPS, the number 4, the letter U.org, and our phone number is 330-687-6129. And again, my name is Maurice Stevens, and I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. That's what I do.
Well, somebody gonna be calling and talking about, hey man, where that dude that was talking about he wanted to give me a job and give me some training. I'm gonna send him straight to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's cool. That's what we're here for. You know, of course, I appreciate just seeing you.
Right.
This is different, but it's cool. I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me, cuz.
And come back some other time, man.
Yes, sir. I will. Hey, man.
Come back some other time, man.
I'll come whenever you want me to.
Come back and shoot the shit with us, for real.
Okay.
Cause we like to shoot the shit sometimes too.
I see that.
We take care of what we supposed to do. That's why we got you. But I always like to say, like with that trauma recovery thing, if I don't say nothing for the 2 hours I'm sitting here, remember that number.
Right.
If I haven't said anything that, and I really, I'm just asking questions. And if Mr. Stevens done hit y'all with something that you're interested in, you can get at me personally. He just gave you his information. Do you guys have a Instagram website, Facebook page?
We got a Facebook page. I'm talking to an IT guy about the Instagram piece. I think he's at a point where you can set the platform up and get it going, and also LinkedIn. So, I mean, we're available, we're accessible, and God bless you. And if anything I can do to help, just give us a call, let us know.
All right, thanks, bro.
Okay, thanks.
Cuz, man, I love you, man, for real.
Yeah. I can't get up.
That's all right. It's that rain out there, bro.
Yeah. It's crushing
snow.
our bones.
Oh, please don't tell me it's snowing, bro. But yeah.
Hey guys, thanks again, man. And
thank you for coming, man. We gonna get you back.
Okay.
We get you back.
I'll be back. I'll be here.
I mean, I don't know. We can sit down and talk about developmentally disabled people, because they deserve every right, every opportunity. You said for somebody else, they deserve the same opportunities, bro. Because they can be successful in their own right.
Absolutely.
So, and if we don't talk about it, then people in our community, they won't be interested and they won't know about it.
There you go.
No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. It's the Hustle and Wax Flow. 216-939-5087 is the number to call. Mr. Stevens is leaving the building. He cooler than Elvis ever was, bro. Let me tell you. All right, cuz, I love you, man.
I love you too, bro.
Okay, y'all, that's it. We about to roll with some other shit. That was pretty cool, Hustle. We got, man, we got to have some more guests, but then too, what my favorite guest been the whole time since we've been doing this?
Who the heck?
Ja.
Yeah.
That's my dude, man. What is Ja up to,
I
man?
had to holler at him. I seen him on Thursday. We was out kicking it. I'm gonna have to tell him, come on, let's go to the main gate, get some breakfast. So probably do that one of these days. Should have did it today.
Yo, today would have been the day to go, cause this man, I'm like, whew. But no, real fast. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You know, you can always get with us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We powered by Google. And yes, this is the voice of the revolution, No Static Radio. Okay, let's see. I heard that Len Goodman passed away this morning. Len Goodman was the British dude on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
He was 78 years old. He passed away. Amar Jamal, he passed away. And he was 93. And Miles Davis said, don't nobody know more about jazz than that man.
Yeah.
You know, y'all need to check Amar Jamal music out. He was 93. I didn't know he was that old. You know, and Miles Davis tutored up under him. So I'm like, man, learn something new every day. Tragically, Professor Todd Allen Morgan at Cleveland State, he was murdered. Somebody shot him. He lived actually down close to where Mrs. Stevens lived. Mo, I'm just gonna start calling him Mo. Hell with that Mrs. Stevens shit. My cousin Mo, he lived out that way, and they found him dead in his home. Somebody shot him and murdered him in his home. And that was something. That just was something in and of itself, you know. But yeah, so I mean, we done got that out of the way. Let me see, real fast. Oh, this is another one of those stories that I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't say them, but there was at a middle school game. It broke out in a brawl. One person ended up dead. 5 people ended up in jail. You know. Oh, and I mentioned Don Lemon getting fired, and Tucker Carlson, Jeff Shell. He was a COO of NBC Comcast.
Yeah.
He was fooling around with one of the other employees, female-ish style, and guess what? Caught up with him. He lost a good job, but he gonna get one of those, big parachute payouts, where they give him like $58 million to go away, and he probably still have stock in NBC or Comcast, but yeah. So let's see. Let's talk about our favorite team, the Cavs. Since we're still in season for basketball, and the Guardians, I don't know what to say about the Guardians, but the Cavs down 3-1 to the New York Knicks. That burns my soul real bad because I hate New York. You know, I dislike New York so much that hey Kimberly Moore, your cousin Maurice Stevens just left up out of here.
Kimberly Moore, Tamar Freeman.
Yeah, tomorrow been with us for a minute.
Murray Chalet, it is jumping. Y'all got
Chalet, Chalet down there in Georgia.
jumping.
But and I don't know where Tamar Freeman is. She always on the road somewhere. Shoot. But no, the Knicks they're winning 3-1. The Cavs gotta win tomorrow, and then they gotta go to New York and win, and then they have to come back here and win in 7 games. They got some work to do. A tough road to hoe. Philadelphia beat the Brooklyn Nets or New Jersey Nets 4-0. Let's see. Boston leads Atlanta. Speaking of the ATL, 3-1 in that series. One more, and Atlanta can go home. Miami is leading Milwaukee 2-1, and they play tonight.
Yeah.
The second game in Miami.
I'm gonna watch me some good games tonight, man. I hate my dude Westbrook, man. Got beat, man.
Yeah, Westbrook put on the show, though, didn't he?
He was doing his thing, man.
Westbrook put on the show.
What they say, he was doing his thug thizzle. He was getting it, man.
If you didn't see the Clippers in Phoenix the other day, Westbrook showed everybody who when he was with the Lakers last year and early this year, they said he was washed up, couldn't play no more. Guess what? Brody put on the show. Like when he was winning them MVPs.
Yeah.
Because I know he had about 38, about 9, and the dude can still play. I mean, when they were talking that nonsense, it's just that he was in the wrong mesh with the wrong team.
Basketball is a game of rhythm, and sometimes certain people throw your rhythm off.
And
even
LeBron,
when players
he threw a lot of people's rhythm off.
Like even when
Tomorrow, Freeman, you back home. It's good to have you back home.
Like in Leonard and Paul was out. They was out. So that right there show you like that changed his rhythm. Sometimes when players leave, your rhythm get better. Sometimes when they come back, your rhythm is threw off. Yeah, sometimes you with a team and your whole rhythm is just gone when you with LeBron and stuff.
He gonna take away everybody's rhythm. Yeah. Everybody else gonna be dancing on a 45 record. He gonna be playing a 33 and a half, slowing it way down. But no, I got an issue, and I mean, who cares? I know people don't care, but the first game, the Clippers won in Phoenix. Yeah. Kawhi Leonard played. He had 38 points. He was looking like Kawhi Leonard. He ain't played a game since. Yeah. Paul George ain't played a game since.
Yeah, they needed somebody in that paint, man. If they had somebody in that paint down there.
If Kawhi would have played, they would have won that game. Yeah. Because he's that good of a player. And as good as Westbrook was playing, and Terrence Mann was playing decent. So, I mean, it's the playoffs, man. Everybody hurting somewhere on their body.
Dude, like you say, he got how he started throwing the ball up all kind of directions. And on Chris Paul, I was like, man, he warmed up.
Yeah, Chris Paul got the bullshit. Like he was acting like the old Chris Paul. The Chris Paul when I used to like Chris Paul. You know what? And there's been a rash of technical fouls and ejections in the playoffs. Dylan Brooks got ejected for hitting LeBron in his junk. James Harden got ejected for hitting somebody in his junk.
But that was like, man, that right there was not easy.
Well, that wasn't, because that's James Harden's regular move. James Harden's been doing that forever. That's his regular move.
Yeah, that was like, if he got ejected, there's a whole lot of people supposed to got ejected, man.
Well, we know Draymond Green.
And they said the consequences need to be the same. If you're going to eject, they not saying that it should have happened, but they like, if you're going to do is send Draymond Green to suspend him, you got to suspend Harden and everybody.
Well, I mean,
it wasn't even that was corny what they got Harden for. It was corny.
Because that was his regular move. I mean, even the announcer said it, but the thing with Philadelphia was, and the referees in that game before, when Claxton for Brooklyn dunked on Joel Embiid, and their legs got tied up, and Joel Embiid, he didn't not only kick dude in his junk, he wound his whole freaking 7-foot leg up and kicked him, and the refs looked at it, and he was supposed to get ejected. That was a flagrant 2. They did not even throw him out the game. They gave him a flagrant 1, and dude had to take about 5-minute break. Because, I mean, he did what Draymond Green did to
That's all they was saying. That's all they was saying. Like, if you're going to eject people, you got to keep everything on the same plane, man.
Because then if you don't, people going to be like, it's fixed. Because, I mean, Embiid don't get through out, but Harden do, and Harden really didn't do anything.
Yeah, Harden didn't do anything.
So, I mean, come on, man. But
everybody agree with that. They were like, man, hold up.
On the West Coast, we did do East. Well, the Clippers and Phoenix, that's on the West Coast. Memphis is down 2-1 to LA. They play again in LA tonight. They playing for their life. Ja came back and hit 45 points.
Yeah, they playing for their life. They said Ja playing with his life.
Yeah, he playing.
They said this dude's throwing up schoolyard crib, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was throwing it up in the game.
They said, that's what I'm saying.
He was throwing it up in the game. When he dunked on somebody, he just threw it all up. I'm like, this dude don't learn, man.
He was like, this dude ain't.
And he ain't even no Crip.
That's what they was saying. They was like, he ain't got that, so we gonna
Russell
have to have a
Westbrook
meeting.
got more ties to the Crips than he do.
They said we're gonna have to have a meeting. They were Crips was saying we're gonna have to have a meeting with Yamarant. It was like, we're gonna have to talk some discussion, bro. You can't just be throwing that up. You're not even with that life.
No, and
they were like, we're gonna give you the whole off season to come and holler at us.
But he was suspended for how many games? For want to be gun toting all on Instagram. Now you want to you claiming Crip,
and the Crips ain't on that. They playing for their life. I said Memphis playing for their life, and you playing with your life.
Because he really is. Because they don't play.
Yeah.
Because they got some little young ones out there that they trying to make a reputation off somebody.
That's what they said. They said, John, you need to stick to basketball.
I mean, he that's on him, man. But the thing is, and he was in L.A. too. I hope you staying in the hotel, bro, because that's where the real one's at. But the thing that he don't understand is the Chicago games is in Memphis.
Good.
Crips ain't in Memphis. All them Chicago games are infiltrated. What's the ones with the damn, I can't think of their name, man. Oh man, what's the name of that gang? Biggest gang in Chicago. I can't even think of it. Vice Lords.
Vice Lords, yeah.
Vice Lords, VLs. Oops, I did it wrong. I threw the L up backwards. They probably looking for me now. VL. But yeah, they the ones run Memphis. And you can't be you throwing up. First of all, you not even a Crip. Period. You ain't a schoolyard Crip. You ain't a sandbox Crip. You as not involved. Stop throwing gang signs up, bro, on national TV. Them dudes don't play that, man, because they might take it personal that you trying to offend them, and you beating the Lakers too.
But the one dude, what's the one dude, I forget his name, with the rolling 60s, he was talking about it too. He said, I just want Jai to come and we need to have a sit down to discuss it. He said, he ain't going to be on none of that trash. He just want to sit down for a minute and just discuss his actions.
And the rolling 60s, they the biggest Crip set in LA. Yeah. And they the most dangerous Crip set in LA. So you better stop.
You better stop.
And I don't know which one it was who told him he needs to stop, but Jai, you need to stop, bruh. Cause they gonna find you somewhere wrapped up in some plastic with a bullet in the back of your ear, man. And I hate to say that, but you treading on water.
Where is he getting all this behavior from? I don't understand.
They let him out of South Carolina, and he seen the real world.
Like, bro, you just constantly violation. Constantly in violation.
Hey. They play tonight. It's gonna be Crips always at the games anyway. You see them up there, and I ain't talking about they all in the back. You see them in the blue when they had their blue on, and they be sitting like maybe 8 rows up, and you just look in the stands tonight. They gonna be in the stands tonight. They gonna have
what's the name, dude? Have them to mediate. You better call Snoop Dogg. Get on Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he better call Snoop. He better call Dre. But then they ain't gonna intervene because he doing what he doing.
Martha Stewart got more cover. You chill out.
No, John Moran, please stop. I'm begging you to stop because you treading on water and your name ain't Jesus Christ.
Indeed.
You treading on water because if anybody from the Rolling 60s stepped up and said, yo, bro, you better stop now.
Yeah, it's serious.
It's real serious.
I don't think he know how serious it is, but it's serious though.
But you can't, dude, first of all, that's like, Mo just left out of here. He leave out of here throwing up freaking blood signs or Crip signs or Vice Lord signs. He ain't affiliated. Yeah. They gonna tell him, bro, we don't wear suits, pinstripes like that, bro.
I don't understand though. John's like,
somebody need to sit this dude
people
down.
People trying to come up and get to your level and drive nice cars and rap about it and stuff. You trying to go back to it, you going backwards.
I ain't got nothing to say to the brother. Golden State won late yesterday in Sacramento. I still say Sacramento gonna win that series. Denver is 3-1 on Minnesota. They out the next game they play. Phoenix 3-1 on the Clippers. I think they play tonight. And Kawhi Leonard need to play, man. They paying that freaking dude like $33,000 a game per game. Plus he get his playoff check. And you sitting over there in street clothes. And I will reiterate. Tyree Terry, he played for Detroit. He retired at 22. He said it was too stressful. He said depressed. He just quit playing. He just walked away from millions and millions and millions of dollars for his mental health sake. Speaking of Kawhi,
your life about to get a lot more stressful.
Yeah, we better go. Actually, he's 22. I think he's gonna just take a break and then he'll come back to the NBA because he could play and somebody sign him. He only 22. He ain't running around throwing no damn game signs. I tell you that much. Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, his sister just got life in prison. Her and one of her friends. They robbed this lady, 78-year-old lady, beat her down, stabbed her. She died. You Kawhi Leonard's sister in L.A., in Long Beach.
About that life.
Dude. Oh, yeah, she about that life. She more about that life than Ja, I'm going to tell you. But the thing is, Kawhi don't even look like the type of dude that you done did this dumb shit that he going to be putting any money on your books. He look like he holding on to all his dough. He taking care of his mama and his daddy, and he ain't taking care of no fools. He let God take care of fools. His sister is in jail for that. They gave her life. They gave the 187. You not getting out of jail, and all that still. They still paying people back for OJ. But that ain't funny. The Indians, the Tribians, they're 11-11. 11 wins, 11 losses. It's still April, so they got a long way to go. They'll be playing all the way into October. And let's see, did I leave anybody else out? I know Dylan Brooks got threw out. Oh, Tom Shepard, he was the general manager for the Washington Wizards. They fired his ass. They went to the playoffs like once, and he been working there for like 15 years. Yeah. And when they went to the playoffs that one year, they played the Cavs, and LeBron didn't beat them. So goodbye, Mr. Tom Shepard. Let me see. Oh man, this was really something right here. Rashida Williams. Rashida Williams is a transgender woman who was a star in that movie, Coco the Doll. Yeah. And that was her role in Kokomo City. That was the name of the movie, the play, whatever. They found her shot in the head in Atlanta. 35 years old. 35. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. That's bad. That's bad. And she was a huge celebrity. She wasn't an NBA player, but she was a huge celebrity. They found her with a bullet in the back of her ear. John Moran. That message is for you. I'm just saying. Because, man, do he know anything about the Rolling 60s? I don't think so either. You need to read Tookie's book or either Monster Cody's book, because they from the Rolling 60s. They from the Rolling 60s. They real, well, Monster, he got out. They gave Tookie Williams the gas chamber. So
you ought to see your boy doing all that mess, and he back out. And he's back out smoking black and mild. Heavy. Call that black. Don't say none of that stuff. He know where he from. He always know.
Kodak Black from the east.
He hollering the Zoes and the Z's.
That's it. He ain't throwing up nothing else. Kodak, I'm glad you did them 30 days in rehab, bro. I think you might should have stayed a little longer, but as long as you sober, man, you cool. And his people need to kind of don't let him get off the rails, man, as soon as he get out of rehab. But that judge will put him in jail.
Kodak. smoking Black and Mouse all day.
And that because he can't smoke nothing else. But
I mean, Black and Mouse, you smoking day.
Kodak smoke a whole brick.
Like they wasn't none. He's smoking Black and Mouse like they smoking Newports. Kodak, bruh.
No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. It's the Hustling Wax Flow. 216-939-5087 is the number. You can call us if you want to. Y'all keep on hitting us up on YouTube or Facebook Live. We appreciate y'all when y'all check in. That's cool. That's their number showing love. But Kodak Black. Oh, they dropped the charges against Alec Baldwin too. They dropped all the charges against Alec Baldwin, but the other person who was supposed to be overseeing the the props and stuff, they still got charges. Tell me why.
That's that Jewish lawyer money, bro. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's that Jewish lawyer money.
Yeah, well, he got it.
But I could tell they was gonna drop all them charges because Alec Baldwin didn't stop acting. He was still carrying on with life like ain't nothing ever happened. So when somebody moving like that, he was still in TV shows and movies was coming on.
Still out in the streets.
So when you moving like that, I mean, it didn't halt nothing. Like, you know what I mean? When they had Bill Cosby and everybody else on R. Kelly, it was some stuff had to be halted for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you ain't doing no more comedy and stuff for a minute.
Yeah, because they went to sit down.
R. Kelly, you ain't being in no more studio for a minute. Y'all get over here and sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah. But Alec Baldwin wasn't moving like that.
And Baldwin ain't even spend the night in jail.
He was on, like, the day after it happened, he was on some show on TV.
Alec Baldwin didn't even go to jail. Today's lottery numbers. Heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, 924. Pick 3. My brother hurting on this one here because he down in North Carolina, 4018. He play that boy every day. And he hurting. Came out straight. Pick 5, 96276. Hey, man. If you got it, go get it. That's all I know about that. But that Rashida Williams thing, I read that. I was like, wow. They don't know what's going on, but they gonna investigate because she was a big time celebrity, and somebody gonna take the reward to snitch. Cause Atlanta, they might well call that snitch TL. Cause everybody down there telling on each other, except for T.I. He got the paper. He waving the paper. I didn't snitch on my cousin. And Tiny typed the paper.
Somebody say it's not snitching, man. It's
confidential informant.
No, they said it's sharing information.
Oh, you an SI now. You ain't a CI, you an SI, sharing information.
It's not snitching, it's sharing information.
You know what? You want to hear something? Y'all want to hear something real funny? You want to really, really, really hear something funny? Jeffrey's lawyer.
Yeah.
He told the judge, "You capping." The judge, he representing dude. He told the judge, "You capping." Now Jeffrey already ain't made no bond. All the charges falling on him because he at the top of the pyramid. Yeah. And your lawyer in there talking about the judge capping. Okay, buddy. Jeffrey, you need to get you a new lawyer. Thank you. Soldier Boy got a domestic violence charge. What else is new? He's an idiot. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, signed a 5-year, $255 million contract. $179 million is guaranteed. Still ain't better than the dude that play here. What's his name? Deshaun Watson. Yeah. McDonald's said they was gonna upgrade their hamburgers. I say, y'all gonna quit selling pig as hamburger and start selling beef again? Yeah. They said they upgrading their hamburger. Upgrading it to what?
To what? C instead of D. From D grade to C grade.
I don't know, but it ain't gonna be grade A, USDA choice. Jonathan Majors got dropped by his the company that represents him. Yeah. And they say it's a video out of the girl the same night out partying at the club kicking it. So her little story gonna fall apart. Jeffrey's lawyer, man, he said the judge, he told the judge, you capping. I'm like, how you gonna forget it? I'm gonna keep on moving on.
What's the name, dog? That's Atlanta, though, man. Like everything in Atlanta is different, bro.
Yeah, real different. I mean, oh man, NBA YoungBoy had his 11th baby. Chance the Rapper was down in the PR kicking it, and video surfaced of him doing the butt, slapping the girl all on the ass, all on it, and he got a wife. So I guess he gonna have to
holler at Neo. Like Neo, I'm in trouble, man.
Yeah, buddy. But this dude, I don't know, he ain't even national. His name was Money Mar out of DC. Yeah. He got caught trafficking in fentanyl. He had a whole bunch of fentanyl on him. So he going to jail. And this is how much I love New York. And y'all know I hate New York. But this is how much I love New York. The mayor, Eric Adams, the brother, ex-police dude, he hired somebody to be the rat, R-A-T, czar. Now, the rat's so bad in New York, they got to hire somebody and put him in charge. Now, Peter the Great was a czar, so this dude is the Peter the Great of trying to stop rats in New York. Now, who would want to go to a city that's completely rat infested?
Yeah.
The rats are. I mean, don't they have a sanitation department that already supposed to be taking care of this shit?
Remember the sanitation department in New York? These motherfuckers on strike, bro. You don't remember that?
They must still be on strike. They hired Eric Adams hired a dude to be the rat czar.
But that's why people is like they is from New York. New York is a nasty place, but it's, I don't know,
terribly dirty. When the sun come up on Times Square, that shit is nasty.
But it's I don't know, place where some people dreams come true. They say you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, because you got to get away from them damn rats.
But New York, man, it's different too. New York is completely different up there. People.
Yeah. I mean, they different, but they know everything. They just know everything.
That's part of life for some of them people up there, the rat game.
Yeah, well, guess what? They can have it. I love Cleveland.
I wonder how often people get bit by rats up there too.
A lot, obviously. If they had to hire a rat czar, people getting bit by rats. Oh, and Dr. Charles Stanley, he passed away. Y'all, everybody know Dr. Charles Stanley. He be on TV, and he loved the Lord. The Lord loved him. He passed away last week, and I mean, a lot of people love that man. So, rest in peace, Dr. Charles Stanley. And I will reiterate one more time, John Morant, if the Rolling 60s hollering at you, bruh, you going to have a sit-down with them. For real. And I know you ain't going to go in acting like you tough because you ain't. You got braids in your hair that's green and yellow and like you like a rainbow. You must be the rainbow Skittles of the NBA. Now, you can play. I love your game and everything, bruh, but you ain't too bright. You ain't too bright. You might need to get with Mr. Stevens and get you a GED or something.
Yeah, after you come out of a lot of stuff, you supposed to cool out for a minute. Let your name.
Yeah, let it die down, bro.
You go from one situation to another. You just looking for trouble, bro. Like you can't do that, man.
Went to LA and decided to show his ass on national TV. Now he scored 45 points, which is a great thing, but you can't be scoring on the Lakers and throwing up gang signs running back down the court. You can't do that based upon the fact that
something's not right.
all the Crips. That stupid thing go again over there.
You can also try unplugging your device and plugging it back in.
Shut up, lady. That's that Alexa, y'all. I ain't talking to nobody in particular. But the Crips all love the Lakers. Snoop loved the Lakers. All the Crips love the Lakers. Keyshawn Johnson, Crip. Yeah, he played in the NFL. Yeah, he went to USC. Crip. Steve Smith. I think he played at USC. Played in the NFL. He punched his teammate in the face and broke his jaw. Because he said the wrong thing about his woman. Crip. And I mean, I'm not joking. I know these people, and I know these people are Crips. For real. And John Morant, you are not a Crip. You ain't even a blood, dude. So stop it, please. I don't want to hear about you getting no damn bullet in the back of your ear and your father. Man, oh my God. Alrighty then. Where do we go from here? Let me see. Oh, did you hear about the dudes? Now see, that shit y'all be playing, FanDuel and MGM Grand and all that stuff, it done got the following NFL players in trouble. Where are they at? Chris Smith. No, where's it at? I gotta have, they got named. They got suspended. 3 of them played for the Detroit Lions. 1 of them played for the Redskins or the Commanders, whoever you want to call them. And 1 of them played for another squad. And they got suspended. Okay, here we go. They was gambling on NFL property in the team facilities. Stanley Berryhill, Detroit, got 6 games without pay. Jameson Williams just got their rookie last year from Alabama. 6 games, no pay. Now, the next 3 dudes I'm about to mention, let me see. Clephas Moore, he got a year. What's his name? I can't think of his name, but 2 dudes got a year and 2 dudes got kicked out the league. They suspended them for gambling on games, bro. You cannot gamble, even though it's legal. If you play for an NFL team, you cannot bet on football. If you play for an NBA team or a college team, Stephen Headache Smith, you cannot bet on these games. I don't care how tempted you are. You cannot bet on these games, bruh. These dudes just threw all their freaking money away for the coming year. Well, the 2 dudes that got 6 games, you know, and then they just let what's his name, Roddy, that played for Atlanta. They kicked him out. He was out for almost 2 years, and now he played for the Carolina Panthers. They reinstated him for gambling. Stay off of FanDuel. Stay off of MGM Bet. You know, there's one thing too about MGM Bets. Since Jamie Foxx been sick, they ain't even been showing them commercials on TV.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx get well, man.
They got dude.
Who they got doing them now?
Kevin Garnett.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see Kevin Garnett talking a lot of yang getting the
Kevin Garnett told your energy ain't right. I don't need your bad energy around me.
Hey, and I understand what you talk about, because if you got good energy, then you feeling good. You feeling something good will happen. If somebody comes to you with some bad energy, you gonna feel that shit. And I understand what Kevin Garnett is saying about dude in the video.
I'm trying to hit this parlay. Your energy ain't right.
Energy ain't right. He walked away from him too, didn't he, in that commercial? Antonio Brown, the idiot that walked off the field when he was playing for Tampa, went berserk.
You seen the video of Antonio Brown? The dude kicked him out of the field. He said, man, I own the team. The security kicked him out of the field.
Well, Antonio Brown, there's a warrant out for his arrest because his dumb ass ain't paid child support, made all that money, because he ain't making no money as a rapper. I'm going to tell you, as an artist, he ain't making no money. Now, he done did a couple of concerts. He was up there. They say his stuff sound pretty all right. He said, I don't give a damn. You should have paid your child support on all that football money you made, bro.
All that money you went through, you supposedly bought that football team, arena
football.
They said, man, you got to get off the field. He said, maybe. He said, you got to get off the field.
Police showed up.
He said, I own the team. Dude said, no, you don't.
No, you don't, buddy.
That's funny, man. That was so funny.
Yeah,
they said, no, you don't. Get off the field.
Yeah, and Antonio Brown got off that damn field, didn't he? He wasn't looking crazy, talking crazy, or acting crazy. He got off that damn field. The Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, I think he bought like a 20% share or 30% share of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
So he owns a football team. He's the owner. He ain't sharing with nobody. And he's part owner of the Bucks. He's gonna try to eventually buy the whole team and be the full owner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Because he was talking about if the city don't pony up no tax money to rehab the stadium down there, the word done peeped out and got out. He moved them Browns to Columbus. Now let me tell you this little story, Mr. Haslam. Art Modell moved him to Baltimore. And Art Modell could never come back to Cleveland in his life. He never set foot back in his city. Because it was people looking for Art Modell. And I still love the story where the dude, he got arrested. He went to Art Modell's grave out there in Baltimore. And kindly whipped his junk out and pissed all on Art Modell's grave. I still applaud you for that, bro, because I should have did that one first. Now, Jimmy Haslam, you gonna make the same mistake Art Modell made?
Them dudes got globetrot money, though. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about none of that. What people talk about, they got globetrot money.
Well, all I know is he better shut up about, because the city already said, dude, you a billionaire. If you want the stadium rehab. When
you're talking to people like that got globetrot money and billions. They do stuff just out of spite.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, and then they always talk about
that was gonna piss you off.
They always talk about how D. Haslam, his wife, loves the Browns, and she's always at the facility. I mean, wondering why she's always at the facility because
he just waiting for the right person to tell that stuff that you saying right now. He waiting for the right person to say that stuff in his ear. He's like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it just to piss you off.
Okay, and he probably would.
That's what they do.
He'd do that, and then he probably wouldn't be able to go back to Tennessee no more.
He waiting for the right person to piss him off.
Did he buy them new goalposts after they beat Alabama?
Nah, that was on dude, man. That was on the dude.
Oh,
the name was Danny White, man. That was on him, the athletic director, man.
He had the what you call it, where they be begging for money.
The GoFundMe.
Yeah, the GoFundMe to get a
That was on him. Talking about y'all taking money out of my trick fund. For these damn goalposts.
You know what? I was watching. Oh, it was the lady, the judge out of Detroit. She do paternity court, but she got another show called We the People. She was on there and she was reading this dude the riot act, and then she was reading the girl the riot act too. Because the girl was like, yeah, he gave me the credit card. He was spending money on me and da. She said, well, how long was you with him? 3 months. She said, well, my mama told me if a guy spends money on you, then he really likes you. What's the damn lady's name? Oh, man. Real cute lady, too. She used to be on CNN as a legal journalist. Oh, man, I can't think of her name. But she told that girl, and she basically went Juicy J in her own way. Now she from Detroit.
Yeah.
That's first. She like Judge Madison. I'm from Detroit. Whatever her name is, it'll come to me because she cute, real pretty. But she told old girl, men who have money, they spend it on women and don't care. And the first thing I thought of, you saying tricking all right. I mean, she just basically said on national TV on her show that tricking was all right. The name of the show is We the People. Her name gonna come to me because she do paternity court too. But she basically signed off on tricking is okay if you got the money. Black woman.
So how is it okay if you don't got the money? Because you don't got the money, you ain't gonna be doing no tricking.
You ain't gonna do no tricking. So that's a contradiction of itself, basically. But what's that damn lady's name? I can't remember.
Ain't nobody giving no freebies in the trick game.
Ain't nothing free in the trick game, baby. Nothing.
Ain't no freebies in the trick game. No coupons.
No, ain't none of that extra
No
shit.
samples.
I mean, Snoop, they had a little thing with Snoop and who was he with on 420 day, the weed day?
Yeah.
Smoking up a storm. Smoking like a damn train.
I mean, that what Snoop do.
Oh, thank you, Miss Kim Morrow. Lauren Lake, that's her name. Yeah. The one do paternity court. She do that at We the People. She basically signed off, said, well, she could have been saying too, because dude gave the girl the credit card. He was spending money on her, you know, like it wasn't nothing. Then he was also posting nude pictures of her that she was sending him on the internet. Yeah. The internet is undefeated. She on TV crying and shit. But Lauren Lake, you could have just said, well, if he didn't have no money, he couldn't trick with you. Yeah. Basically, you say he got a lot of money, so he was tricking with you. And you from Detroit. I guess maybe that's the truth. Maybe that's the way she say telling the truth about tricking. Yeah. I don't know.
You can't be mad. Don't send the pictures, man. I don't know. You should have learned that from the internet already. The internet is undefeated. You should have learned. I send this man some pictures. They might.
They might get it. That's what she said.
They might resurface on the internet.
And he gonna talk about. She didn't have a picture. She asked her, well, do you have a copy of the picture? But he had a copy of the picture. He carried a copy of the. She said, you carried a copy of the picture in your pocket? And the bailiff gave it to her. She looked, her eyes got big, naked as a jaybird, she said. Oh, that stupid show, Seeking Sister Wife? Yeah. Which is really funny. I might have to start watching this. Because it come on one of them stupid channels, Bravo or something like that. But the one girl, the white girl, and they following these two girls, you know. And it's like reverse polygamy. Yeah. Reverse Warren Jeffs. Yeah. You can have 2 husbands, 3 husbands, whatever. So she got, what's up, Roland from University Heights. I hope you got a chance to see the guest today. This is No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. Hustle and Wax Flow. But on that show, the white girl had the white dude. They married, you know. And you know who she picked for her when she brought her second husband home? He was a brother. Chocolate City brother. And the white dude was sitting down. Yeah. And when he came in the door, dude looked up like he was in shock. He was actually in shock.
I bet he was.
Yeah, he was. But the thing is, Seeking Sister's Wife, the dude, remember we talked about it, he's a councilman out in Euclid. Yeah. He's on there. And his name is Marcus Epps again, y'all. And he got, what's her name? India and Tara as his wives, 2 black wives, which they're very stupid. They're they are very ignorant. Just from the little trailers and the commercials that they show. But this dude, Marcus Epps, now he supposed to be on a home here and in Florida. Yeah. Neither one of them in his name, they said, but they getting evicted from the one in Florida because they ain't paid the rent 3 months. Sound familiar? Up there at, on what's that street, Taylor Road, not Taylor Road, Mayfield. They got the Civic Center. Sound familiar? You ain't heard from that preacher since Donald Trump got kicked out of office, have you? Donald Trump had him downtown Philadelphia passing out $20 bills and money. Man, you from Cleveland. Why you couldn't be downtown Cleveland passing out no damn money? Gone with that. But no, dude got evicted, and then they said he has a history of fraud. He had a house before. Somehow it burnt down. Insurance job. And he's not gonna run for re-election because he's not gonna get re-elected. You know, he think they gonna pay him like football player money. Yo, Mr. Hustle and Wax Flow, No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Roland from University Heights calling. How are you?
Hey, Roland, what's going on, man? Ain't nothing going on. Me and Hustle sitting up here. We had the guest. I don't know if you saw the guest earlier.
I just tuned in. I missed your guest. Who was your guest?
Maurice Stevens. He does workforce and development in Cleveland and Akron with and basically an African American community. You know, they have an apprenticeship program that you can finish it like a carpenter, a real carpenter. So I mean, dude was deep. He was.
That was good.
Yeah, I mean, he put good information out there, and you know, we have his information because somebody was listening and watching. They gonna call and they gonna ask for him because they at that place where they trying to have take the next step in their career path. But what's going on, man? Cavs down 1-3. Talk to me.
Well, I was listening to a show on your station, not this past Saturday, but a week ago Saturday. They had Michael Ray guy on there, and the person that was hosting that show asked Ray guy what his prediction was, and he said Cavs in 7. And the host of that show said that he hoped that his prediction was wrong because he said he had the Knicks in 6. He said that he thought that the Knicks would win game 1, the Cavs would win 2, the Knicks would win 3 and 4, the Cavs would win 5, and then the Knicks would close it out in 6. And unfortunately, right now, it looks like he might be right, although
the tide can change.
That he's wrong. So
he's gonna be wrong because I said the Cavs in 6, maybe 7 if they stole one here, they stole one here. So it's going 7 games, and the Cavs gonna beat them. The Cavs are a better team than the Knicks, bro.
Well, they are, but they haven't shown it. They are making Mitchell Robinson out to be a star. I mean,
Josh Hart come off the bench and you think he like downtown Freddie Brown or Andrew Toney.
He's not that good, but he's good. R.J. Barrett woke up when they went back to the Garden. Fact is that the Knicks are deeper, but the Cavs have better star players, but the Cavs star players have not stepped up. Donovan Mitchell looked terrible yesterday. Really didn't have a good game Friday. Darius Garland was hot garbage on Friday. So they're in trouble.
Well, I think, and it's just me, because I did pick the Cavs in 6, but it'll go 7. If Garland and Mitchell both have their regular game, so that means Mitchell gonna have 35, Garland gonna have 25 and a lot of assists. They can beat the Knicks. The Knicks ain't that good. The Knicks, remember, I just said the mayor of New York, he appointed a rat czar. Somebody to oversee the big rats in New York. So New York is the rotten apple, and Cleveland is the plum, and we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them, and they're going to be shocked, because that means we do have to win one up there. And they should have won up there. I don't know how they ran out of gas again. They keep running out of gas, but the Cavs in 7. I'm sticking to it. And Michael Ray guy, I like you. You know know your stuff, but you don't know what you're talking about on this one. That was Roland from University Heights. I don't know, he got cut off, Hustle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cavs, they got their next one because they gotta have it. And then they gotta go to New York and they got to get it. And then they can come back here and they can get rid of the Knicks. I did mention Alex Baldwin. He ain't got no charges against him. How the heck Jeffrey's lawyer, Anastasio Minette, I guess that's kind of like a Greek name or something,
Yeah.
Anastasio, or either Italian. How you gonna tell the judge was capping, and then his other attorney got caught. They searched him coming into the building, and he had pills on him and a cell phone. Now he the third person trying to smuggle some stuff into the Fort County jail for Jeffrey. So you know he got arrested. He's an attorney. He gonna lose his law license. He gonna be sitting in there with Jeffrey.
No, I don't think they don't do it that deep.
I think he gonna lose his law license. You trying to bring some real serious contraband in there.
He just don't know how to do it right.
I don't know how he was trying to do it, but he got caught.
It depends on the contraband too. I don't even think that's.
He had pills in a cell phone.
Yeah, it depends on what type of pills too, what schedule they was. I don't even think like that's even
The Class A
felony
drug.
charge. Yeah, it's not even a felony charge. It depends.
Well, I mean, they didn't say what type of pills it was. They just said he had some banned pills and a cell phone, and he got caught. So, I'm like this.
Because if it was that serious, they would have said the type of pill and what they would. They said how many of them and everything.
Yeah, you know, he had a few. He trying to get him in there to Jeffrey. Jeffrey got to get some money on his books.
And Jeffrey ain't going about it the right way. They must be extorting him too hard because you know he got to go through
Yeah,
the
they
CO.
extorted him real hard,
He got
man.
to go through the CO. He must be like, oh, I ain't paying that, man. I ain't paying that.
Then
but
he gonna end up paying it.
good.
But and of course, I can't understand why whoever this dude is, Ivory Bobo Payne, he's suing Glorilla.
Yeah.
That track street what is it? Street of the West Bank.
Yeah.
He said she sampled that for Tomorrow 1 and 2, the song she doing with
But that'd be crazy, but it is what it is. But I don't think he gonna get it.
He ain't gonna get nothing because he just came out the woodwork. When the last time he had something anything out?
Like he using her name for clout because people always be on there. You could tell they clout chasing. Cause Gorilla ain't made none damn beat. Gorilla rap. She don't make beats. She don't produce no albums.
Yeah, cause he's suing her. I'm like, who you suing? The wrong person, bro. First of all, he from New York. Yeah. Of course, he need to worry about that big rats.
You can always tell when you clout chasing, cause you could have did that without trying to be on the
all on the Instagram and all on the undefeated internet and all that. Glorilla is more popular than you, bro, right now.
That's why you took the clout chase, cause you ain't even suing the producer. Like you suing Glorilla, cause you knew her name was attached to something, and she don't make. Ain't
Cardi B in the video, right?
No, it's not that song. Or is it?
Yeah, it is. Tomorrow Part 2, I think Cardi B is in that.
Yeah, Part 2. Yeah.
Guess what? He ain't suing Cardi B.
But it's, man, you was like, this is, Glorilla ain't made no beats, bro.
She just rapped to the beats that they give her to rap to. And Glorilla is a star, dude. Ain't nobody heard of your ass since probably like the 90s.
Do that. And then she signed to a lot of more people, but her main, she signed to CMG with Yo Gotti. So you would be suing Yo Gotti for releasing it. I mean, it's the label's job to get, it's not her job to get the samples cleared. It's the label's job.
Yes, they just tell her, go ahead and do your thing, baby, and let's get this money. You know, she ain't going back to working at no damn Popeyes.
What little money you got that you trying to clout chase with, it's about to be gone. You have to find another scam. You're going to be scamming because you're going to be broke.
You damn right about that, because he's fooling with the wrong people, man. I mean,
his protocol ain't right. You ain't even got the right protocol.
Well, he could have went to them like, we just let our lawyers talk. We ain't got to be all on the internet and all out there. Putting the girl out there.
You must ain't got no good lawyer. I don't even think you got a good lawyer. If you do got a lawyer,
he probably ain't even got the lawyer yet.
Sound like you represent yourself.
Yeah, and a fool that represents himself, the lawyer that person that represents himself. How do they say that? The client who represents himself is a fool.
If you ain't got no lawyer, I don't even know how you got to this level. Talk about someone you really on a clout chase.
Big time, because I ain't never heard his ass, to be honest. They say he out of New York. I ain't never heard of his ass. And it was like one little part of Tomorrow, and then Tomorrow part 2, it was a little longer.
He trying to get people to go and stream his music to see if it sound the same.
He ain't got no music.
It's gonna be short-lived. They're gonna listen to it, see if a whole bunch of people gonna listen to it, see if it sounds the same, gonna go viral. Then tomorrow gonna be another day, just like that. Tomorrow gonna be gone, man.
Well, he needs to stop cloud chasing. There's enough of that going on around here, man. I mentioned Ted DiBiase Jr., the $1 Million Man. His son got caught in that Brett Favre stuff down in Mississippi, and they already indicted him. Now, I'm trying to figure out what's taking them so long to indict Brett Favre, but they indicted Ted DiBiase Jr. already. And that's good, because he stole money from poor people in Mississippi, too. He ain't built no damn volleyball court, but he stole some money. He stole some millions. He got some millions. And if I'd have been cool with them and they would say, yo, man, we're going to give you a couple of million, I would have took them million, too. Sorry about that. Came back up here to Ohio.
That's probably what's going to happen if it is any valid claims that you claiming, bro. What's the name? Probably knew it when they did it, because dude got a whole bunch of money, man. Yo Gotti got a whole lot of money. Well, and when there's a valid claim, even if it is a valid claim that you got, that's what he gonna do. Yo Gotti gonna come up and pay you cash, $500,000 to shut up.
Go away. Go back to
that's
where
what
he
came
from.
If it's building, he probably knew it. Like I said, it's the record label responsibility. And Yo Gotti probably was like, man, that's a hit song, and we gonna run it. Cause like I said, broke people borrow, rich people steal. And Yo Gotti was like, we're about to steal this. If he got some back, if he show up thinking about something, I'm gonna go get him $500,000 cash.
Well, he ain't going to Memphis talking that nonsense.
Oh, nah.
He talking that nonsense out of New York, representing himself. He a damn fool. I ain't never heard of him, to be honest. Ivy Mobo.
Like I said, if there's any validity to his claims, Yo Gotti gonna take him bag full of money, and you don't hear nothing else about it.
The name of his song was Streets of the West Bank. That's the song. He supposedly sampled something off of that. Yeah. Or she was supposedly sampled something off of that. I mean, yeah, you got to deal with Yo Gotti.
She ain't did nothing. I said Glorilla don't make no beats. She ain't did nothing.
No, she ain't made no damn beats. She made some chicken when she was working at Popeyes. What you call that shit, spicy?
She heard that beat and was like, all right, I'm gonna pick
it. It fit in the song, man, and the song was a hit. And then he ain't saying nothing about the other girl, Cardi B. I mean, I know she just was on the song with her, but I mean, if you clout chasing the one that got more money. Let Glorilla get her bank better, okay? And stay out of Memphis, bro. That's all I'm gonna say to you, bro.
Yeah,
stay out of Memphis.
Like when they were suing, like, what's the name for stealing? Robin Thicke and Pharrell, because Pharrell making that stuff. Like, that's what he doing. You see Pharrell in the studio making the beats. You ain't seen Glorilla in no studio making no beat, man.
Well, she be in the booth singing. She ain't out there making no beats, though. I agree with you on that. So, but this dude, he need to go back under the rat-infested part of New York he from. Ivy Mobo Payne. Nobody never heard of you, man. That must have been his only song, man. That must have been his only song. It must have had like a little bitty, nice little beat to it that fit in with the song that Glorilla and them was doing.
Heard them now. Man, I ain't got no what's the name. That's what's done got me though. Ain't no fault going, man. Turned my dude Franklin to a club.
That's bad. I gotta watch the last. Was it the last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to watch it. They turned him into a cluck.
Yeah, club, man.
Oh, how they gonna turn the man into a cluck? He was the man.
They said that's how it go, man. He got stories. They say. I always be that dude in the hood that got those stories, man. I used to be the man. You know, in high school, you was the man, homie. Like, there's people gonna be like, they ain't gonna believe him. Like,
well, man, past the
school, you ain't never been no millionaire old school. Old school over there capping.
That judge, he told the judge you capping.
School over there capping, man.
Big time schoolyard crib.
Yeah.
First of all,
talking about he used to run this shit around here.
Well, I got to watch that last episode because I don't believe they made my boy Franklin no cluck. Damn. That ain't how this shit was supposed to end, man. That's like The Sopranos, how The Sopranos ended.
They could at least went on the run with Louis.
Yeah, something. Or get a bullet in the back of his ear. I mean, something.
Had to borrow $10 for your boy Leon, man. You got 10 on you, homie.
Oh, hell, I'm going home watch that. As soon as I get home, I'm turning it on.
He was like, ooh, 20. He hit him with the, you want something out the stove, homie? He hit him with that move. Be like, bro, I don't want to give you the money. If I want something, I can go in there and buy it myself.
Oh, he tripping on a 20. He is a cluck.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so disappointed, man. Damn. Yeah. I don't know if I want to see that shit, bro. I really don't know if I want to see this, man, because dude was the man. Yeah. A few episodes ago, he had millions. Yeah. He was living it up. Yeah. He got his uncle knocked off. I think that was bad. That was it. I don't know.
Oh, there's some more stuff that happened. There's so much stuff that happened, bro. Oh, yeah, you gotta really watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it and then watch it again. And I mean, how the hell you asking for $20, bro?
He's asking for 10, dude.
10, well, either way, he got 20, and he was kicking it with the 20. But the thing is,
that's what 10.
You had millions 4 episodes ago, man. You had freaking so much freaking money. So what happened to his girl? Wasn't she pregnant or something?
You gotta see that one too, man. Hit him on the double cross game. Everybody did, man. It got real bad for your boy, man.
Oh.
It got real bad for your boy, bro. It got real bad.
Y'all say a prayer for Franklin. I know that shit ain't nothing but TV, but say a prayer for Franklin.
Everything went south, man.
It went so fast, then it had to go real fast and hard.
It went fast and hard, bro. Everything went south, bro. Everything. Yeah.
They got to bring this show back, man. Come on, y'all got to bring it back and bring my man back up. Yeah. I'm not a happy camper.
That was just what they say. His mom said, she like, yeah, Franklin out there lost. He got lost. He never came back. He lost. He was lost, bro. She said he out there lost, man.
Yeah, his mama always told him the truth.
They said that's 2023 Florida Evans.
She do look like Florida Evans, don't she? The 2023 Florida Evans. Yeah. Franklin's mama.
The internet undefeated.
The internet always putting some shit out there that make you laugh, man. It's either gonna make you laugh or make you cry. They called her.
That's gonna cost you.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna say anyway. That's gonna cost you anyway. What you want to do? Pay the credits for the rest of your life? Because that's gonna cost you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never been to the 60s. You keep throwing up ends and all that shit when you throwing up C's and all that. You ain't even from this shit. You ain't even from this shit. No way, shape, or form. Like, when you get put on in Memphis. since he want to be a Crip. So I bet you he don't never show up. And it's on some friendly shit. I don't got no beef with you, John. You like the face of like the NBA. You like the new face of the NBA, and you witness. You claim you a part of the culture, man. Be the positive side of the culture, like you be it. You don't got no felonies. You didn't grow up fucking shit up and all that. You might smoke some weed or whatever the case is. Come pull up on me. We gonna hang out this summer on the off season. Says she want to be with this. Dead homies, I bet you don't be picking up my phone and all that because our regular life, our regular everyday life, allegedly throwing up Crip multiple times.
That's the rolling 60s. They didn't put his name out there because they don't really put it unless they put his street name out there.
Nah, that's Brick Baby.
Oh, okay.
Brick Baby. What's the name had something too? What is it? G-Eazy. It was some other people they just
Well, Brick Baby from the rolling 60s.
Yeah,
y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
That's gonna cost you, bro.
And just like Jeffrey Payne in jail, y'all about to have to get him some money, man. Y'all gonna have to set something up. They gonna have a price when y'all get there. If his scary ass if he don't go to the sit down, guess what? They got money. They can travel. They got Crips all over the freaking country, all over the world.
They gonna have to what's the name, man?
John Morant.
Snoop to mediate, bro.
Then Snoop, somebody gonna have to be there. Because you ain't going down in Inglewood on Slauson. You ain't going down on Sepulveda. You ain't going to do no sit down at none of them spots. And you damn sure ain't going to the 60s. Because John Moran, if you do go, you could have a bunch of cameramen. And you might have to need some people with some work.
Yeah.
Because you...
Brick Baby holler, OG Percy holler.
He got the OGs hollering at him, man.
Yeah.
Real OGs.
I'm saying, man, he out here, he tripping.
He shouldn't have been throwing up. I seen him, he throwing up Crip, and I'm like, man, hold on, man. And he did it more than once. He did it more than once.
He said, well, you get put out in Memphis.
That's bad, man.
Cause what he basically said is that shit don't even happen in Memphis.
And y'all ain't got no Crips in Memphis. Y'all got Vice Lords. And you from South Carolina anyway.
When that happened. He said, where you get put on in Memphis? Hold up, bro.
Brick Baby, OG Percy.
Big help. Big help.
Oh, that was that's the biggest cap, bigger than that judge. He's down there in Florida.
That's funny, man.
I mean, down in Atlanta.
Who can vouch for you? Vouch for that. Like, where you get put
Oh, man. That's terrible, man.
In Memphis.
Now, Memphis got their own thing going on.
Looking like a stud.
But that's 2 times.
Where you get put on.
Memphis. We got to go, man. Because I should have been laughing about this shit for the next hour. I'm telling you. Because I'm going to be laughing about it. Bye. I ain't even going out the regular way, man. Y'all missed my stand-up. Hunter Carter, they did the open mic over at the Foundry last night. It was good. Yeah. We had a good time. They'll be having it again, bro?
Yeah, 21st next month. Like 21st.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all need to be there. We're going to put it out there, man, because I had a good time. I mean, ain't nobody throw nothing at me. People laughed. So I think I did. I mean, I thought I did pretty good, bro. I don't know. You were sitting there.
Yeah.
But cause I'm gonna take the conversation off of John Morant. Cause Brick Baby said, "Where you get put on at?" Then he paused and said, "Memphis."
Oh man, that's funny.
Dude, he bought them dudes go to the games, man. They be sitting up there in them damn stands. And you gonna be throwing up Crip signs, bro.
It's gonna cost you, bro.
Crip signs. Oh, he gonna have to get him some money, bro. I don't give a damn what they say. Cause he ain't got enough police on protection. Nowhere in this country. Where you gonna go? Costa Rica? It might be some damn Costa Rican Crips. We got to go, y'all. We got to go. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Maurice Stevens, for coming in and letting us know about that empowerment, and what did he say? Empowerment and readiness program. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah. But thanks, cuz, for coming in and putting it on for us, man. Anybody you all know, y'all watch the show. He left some information. If you're trying to get on, especially that carpentry shit, that shit make money. Yeah. But I mean, I lived in Inglewood, bruh. On Manchester Drive. Yeah. The Inglewood Crips is like
where you get put on Euclid.
I ain't claim if anything, like they say, some people be affiliated because they're around it. I was around it, but I ain't get jumped in, and they did stab that boy up there at Michael Jackson concert for that leather jacket. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Raymond Williams and Tookie Williams, they started that shit. And guess what? Ain't neither one of them put Ja Morant ass on in Memphis. Rest in peace, Raymond Washington and Tookie Williams, the founders of the Crips, man. They was rolling 60s.
Why you had to say it like that, though? He said, where you get put on, brother.
Good.
When we start doing that in Memphis, man.
He said, where you get put on that. Then he paused for about 2 seconds and said, Memphis? And then just the way he said Memphis. Right. Oh, Kimberly Moore, you know, you lived in L.A. Talking about, she out. Bye, y'all. We love you, baby, and thanks for tuning in. But you lived in L.A. You was out there when I was out there. And when I left, you was still out there. When you get put on that, Kimberly Moore? Cleveland.
Oh, man.
All right, we got to go. Thanks for tuning in. We love you, man. If we offended you in any way, tune in and we'll do it again next week. We go out to the Johnny Guitar Watson now, unless you got some Crip music queued up. I Crip dance all up in this boy. With red on. And I got blue on too, but I Crip walk all up in this boy. And I'm 65 next month. Damn. John Morant don't even know how to Crip walk. Serena Williams Crip walk better than him.
Yeah. Oh, I got so many.
Oh, man. That boy done put his father better talk to him, man.
Oh, I ain't heard that in a minute. Johnny Guitars and Superman.
I know his father better talk to him.
Superman love a game.
Oh, that's the Johnny Guitar Watson.
Yeah, I ain't heard that in a minute.
Johnny Guitar Watson from down your way, bro.
Yeah.
That's right. This is the Hustling Wax Flow on No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. We'll see y'all next week. Unless they call us and come and ask us to fill in because they need more information on Ja Morant getting put on.
In Memphis.
In Memphis. That's worse than finesse 2 times.
Oh, man.
Oh. That's it, y'all. Bye. We got to go. Peace. I ain't see them or hear them talking, but I see Ja Morant throwing up gang signs, bro. He was throwing up baby C's out there, man. And then he was throwing it in people's face. I'm like, what's wrong with this cat, man? I'm cool, bro. Well.
That old saying is true.
Where you get put on? The funniest than that, dude, he said, who put you on? Who got you for this, man? Who got you for this job?
Hey, Memphis. In Memphis. And Memphis got their own thing. You know that well as I do, man.
Yeah.
You know. But they ain't putting people on like that.
That's so that what's the name? Where they start up some stuff. Like, they can start up in the city. Somewhere they can start up Crips and Bloods. It just be wearing red and blue. But like, man, that ain't real. Y'all ain't real. That's when people start being like, okay, it's Crips and Bloods. Crips and Bloods here. That's when the real Crips come through and be like, where your literature at, homie? They start hitting you.
Where you get jumped in at, huh?
When they start hitting you with your literature, like, where you politicking, how you politicking, what's your literature? And I'm like, oh.
All I know is this. He ain't get put on in Memphis. Yes, he got all wives in LA, cause maybe get jumped in today before the next game.
There might be some Crips in Memphis, man, but that's just, they started.
That's Vice Lord stuff, man.
They just started some Crips. There's some dudes that just started Crips. They ain't real Crips, they just been wearing blue.
They said they Crips put on some blue. Get a blue flag hanging out their back pocket.
Ain't nobody got jumped in. And they just been saying that. And that's the type of dudes when dudes say, what's my dude say? He's like, man, how you was Crip yesterday and you blood today? How'd you do that? I guess I just did it. Or dudes on the internet, I just did it.
All I know is this. The two things that done broke the camel's back this week, Franklin being a cluck and John Morant getting put on in Memphis.
Yeah.
That's all hey man, I'm cool, man. I'm so fucking cool, man, you just don't know. Thank you, Tamara Freeman.
Something is wrong with me.
Oh man. Man, you shouldn't even play that shit, man. Put that shit up that mouth, man.
Rat on with the rat on, yeah.
Johnny Guitar got more clout than fucking John Morant, man.
I don't know. You better do something real fast.
Well, hey, you know what? They told him what he got to do, man. They told him, bro, we got to have a sit down. That's what he got to do, man. John Morant, man, I'm